Welcome aboard. Activate. Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. I saw in you what life was missing. You lit a flame that consumed my hate. I'm now one for reminiscing, but I traded all for your sweet embrace. Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away. I see your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost, you're everywhere. I'm your demon, never leaving. A metal soul of rage and fear.
All right. Looks like we're going to start just a little bit earlier than what the timer says.
Sweet.
Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I added a new timer and I'm not paying any attention to it, but that is all right. Little buffer going on there. So as we roll into... looks like we're disconnected. Hold on just a second. And we are... A little bit of technical difficulty.
Oh, that lag though.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I think the lag is on my end. There we are. Okay. We are back. And hopefully holding strong. It's not looking like we are, though. All right. Give me just a second. Okay. There we are. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. Everybody is back in place. Good deal. All right. So, sorry for the technical difficulties. Let's jump into the introductions here really quickly. I think my internet issue is under control now. So let's start out with you, Scotty. And I am not hearing Scotty.
He is muted in Streamlabs.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I was muted myself. Haha. Not difficult. Not
He
technical.
was testing
this time.
us.
That one was on me. Hi everyone. I'm Matt, and I play the character Scotty Sins, aka the Rat. Between the group members, he's the talker, and he has a way with words in one way or another. But yeah, and if you ever wonder how he tries to handle things, the Rat is a fitting name for him. Not the most honorable of folks, for sure.
You snitch.
Snitch.
Now, those are some harsh words right there.
But accurate.
He hasn't snitched on anyone.
Yet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, yeah. That we know of.
All right, Paul, how about you?
Hey, I play Paul Lucero, aka Raiden. At this point, man, he's tired of everybody. Tired of everybody's shit, people drinking his beer and eating his goddamn food. Just wants to be left alone. Now he's I guess the senior agent of this ragtag bunch of misfits. He's just out there to do his time and hopefully make it out the other end alive. He almost kind of didn't make it recently, but he managed to pull through. The little luck and the help of a delivery bike.
I can relate to the grumpy old guy. All right, Ring.
Hi everybody, I'm Jenny. I play Harper Young or Ring. She is a former enforcer, gone a little crazy with her love of killing, especially drug dealers, as she refers to them. Apparently likes to throw in a few surprises when people think she's completely psychotic, and her first thing to do is try to kill people. And she decides not to and flirt with them instead. So, should be interesting to see where she goes tonight.
Gotcha. And Amethyst.
Hello, I play Amethyst. She is a young medic who was part of a trauma team, and now she's currently doing the BOR stuff with everything that she held important and precious to her gone. So she has really no reason to live, but she's still trying to live.
Surviving. All right. So with that, we'll look at a quick recap of last week. Scotty, you did the recap last week, so Paul, you want to take it this week?
Yeah, all right. Let's see what my brain remembers. Let's see, last week the team got a job, well, a series of jobs actually. Kind of were on the tail end of one. Ended up at, ye old gas station, getting some road grub and refueling. And unbeknownst to them, apparently a job came. Well, the job came through, and then they got the call from Sebastian, because that motherfucker was finally working. Apparently, his Windows update decided to go through this time. Let's just say a couple things got blown up. Some people got murdered viciously by none other than Paradox, this sweet little bubbly pink-haired bubblegum girl. And apparently she's a Terminator in disguise. So I think we're about to find out what all that means now. That about sums it up.
A Terminator in disguise. That was good. All right, so from there we'll pick up right where we are going to roll into this week's episode.
Music is a bit too loud, says Moon Girl.
How's it now, Moon Girl? Should be down. Good. Okay. All right. So rolling into where we're at right now. So you guys are driving I'm just going to say stolen vehicle from the gas station. You basically just completely destroyed that facility. Took out 9 Militech guards, basically, and a Militech executive to service this bill of attainder that you were given. And you are on your way back to the base. Scotty is driving, and I am assuming Paradox and Ring are in the backseat.
Yep.
Paradox, she passed out in the backseat of that vehicle. At the end of the last episode, there are a couple of issues for her. Her rippers are actually not retracted on one hand. Shallow breathing. Her heart rate is really low. She does not look good. All you.
Alright, so I guess Scotty, he's in the front seat driving the truck, I assume since their last ride got blown up, they probably just took one of the Militech trucks that were still serviceable for the emergency.
Right.
So he's driving that along, and like he's kind of got a sweat going on, and he kind of says to the two in the back, like, "So, how's she looking?"
Ring just kind of glances up and goes, "Let's just put it this way: put your foot to the fucking floor now."
Yeah, I'm trying.
No trying, do it. Like, I barely hear a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, that seems to happen when you're in a blown up car and then get turned into some sort of fucking zombie Hulk, whatever that was.
Yeah, don't ask me, I don't know what the fuck that was, because that, like I told you earlier, that was not her.
Yeah, so you ain't never seen that shit before? Because I've seen some weird shit, some cyber psycho shit. That's right up there. So, is she on something? Black lace, blue glass, like what is it? Because we need to fucking know.
For starters, if she was on shit, I'd put my fucking rippers through her neck. No.
Listen, whatever happened there, that wasn't just, I don't know, some random drug or whatever. She tore a car door off with her bare hands, a Militech truck door, not just some random ring-a-ding car, alright? That was not normal. That was not a normal person, what they could do, even if they're tripped up on whatever.
I mean, enough cyberware, you can fucking do that. But kind of looks back over at her. He's like, well, I mean, we get her back, we should probably be able to fix her. Hopefully, maybe.
I want to know what the fuck happened that made her go psycho like that.
As I
He's kind of...
Go ahead, Rob.
No, go ahead.
I'm already telling you guys, that was Sebastian. It had to have been.
Paul kind of looks over at him. What do you mean that was Sebastian?
Remember, he told us about some sort of behavioral control or whatever he said. It's fucking mind control shit. That had to have been him.
I mean, look, the guy's, and I use the term guy very loosely, has been wonky for quite a while, so you might be right. I mean, I've worked with other agents before, I've never seen this kind of shit, so it's a fucking new one for me.
Okay, but the question is, why then? Scotty, Rat was already getting in. Whatever. I mean, we didn't need her to go psycho bullshit like that. And I'm not talking normal psycho for her. Like, she's psychotic. Whatever, but not like that. Why? Like, what was the point? We were handling the situation.
Good fucking question. When we get back, we're gonna ask him. Or we're gonna turn him off. One of the two.
Yeah, because we're gonna get any real true answers out of him. Right.
Probably not, but with the threat of deleting his ass, maybe. I think, like the lady said, kid, put your foot down. We need to get back. We definitely need to get away from that.
We kind of got kill switches in our head, so I'd be careful what you say to him. At least directly. As Sky says that, like, he does indeed press down the gas pedal just a little bit more as he's zooming along a road in the Badlands.
Ring just kind of laughs in the back seat when he's like, be careful what you say because of the kill switch. She's like, dude, I walked in guns blazing into a scab den and shot the fucking place up. You really think I'm scared of a fucking kill switch? I want to know what the fuck happened.
Trust me, I do too. But I'm not gonna run my head against the wall that's useless. If we want to deal with Sebastian, we gotta be a little smarter than just immediate, aggression against him.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, I don't know if he even is able to. I don't know if he's already listening to us, just like this.
And
Oh, I would.
considering we all have internal agents, I'm pretty sure he is.
Oh yeah, most likely. She's gonna kind of check on Paradox, make sure she's still at least breathing, still has a little bit of a heartbeat. You can see her getting tense in the back seat.
Yeah, her breathing is extremely shallow, and I'm not going to say that there's a drastic change each time you check her, but she's still bleeding. Nothing, not the wounds don't seem to be healing at all, anything like that. Obviously, we haven't done any type of first aid or anything to her yet, or have we? Maybe we have.
With seeing this still bleeding, Ring's gonna try to at least bandage it or try to put pressure on wherever she's bleeding from to get it at least slowed down.
And after you do that, I mean, it obviously isn't going to be any immediate effect, but it's you can stem the flow. She wasn't, as far as injuries go, you can tell that she has probably some broken ribs. Her right ankle, I believe, is completely mangled. You don't have any idea how she actually got up and walked or did anything. Yeah, her physically, she is messed up.
Ring's actually starting to look a little panicked now, especially when she notices the state of her ankle. She's like, the fuck? She shouldn't have even been able to fucking walk.
It's amazing what you can do with someone in your head. And considering they're now in a Militech vehicle, he kind of looks around, and he kind of looks back into the back seat where Ring and Paradox are at, and he's like, look for a first aid kit. All these carry them just in case some shit like this happens. Maybe they got a speed and heal in there somewhere you can use. Stabilizer or something. As for that ankle, you might want to wrap it up.
She's looking down at her hands, which are, kind of pressed on when she's like, yeah, why don't you get off your ass and come help me, because my hand's a little busy at the moment.
Fine. Fucking, it's just a fucking gunshot wound. Jesus fucking Christ. Kids act like they've never been shot before.
I think she's getting a little more than a gunshot wound there.
He climbs into the back seat and manages to actually find a kind of silver or chrome first aid kit. Pops it open, grabs the speed heal, jams it in her thigh, pulls out a tourniquet, attaches that to the leg with the mangled ankle, and closes it up, hops back in the passenger seat. So, yep, there you go. She'll make it, at least for now.
Ring's just gonna look at him, barely lift a finger up to flip him off, and can see all the pressure.
It's like right now, we just got to worry about getting her back to the med bay. Our neighborhood doc will get her fixed up. And if she needs, he kind of looks back at it. If she needs a new leg, she's probably going to need a new leg. As she looks like chopped meat. Sebastian can hopefully hook her up with Ripper Doc. Yeah, to Paul, this is another Tuesday.
Okay, Scotty, you're getting close. You're probably a few blocks away at this point.
Alright, so we've kind of gotten into the city from the Badlands, and we're just kind of taking turns in the streets.
Yep.
So I got a question, Craig.
Yeah.
How badly shot up and blown up is the vehicle we're in right now?
The one you're in right now is not too bad. Obviously, it was close by when the explosion happened to the other vehicle, and it's an armored transport vehicle, so it's
okay. I just wanted to make sure, because even in Night City, a shot up armored vehicle is not a typical sight. Just saying.
just a little suspicious.
Just a little sus.
You don't necessarily look like you're driving something that just came out of the war zone.
Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure we're not gonna end up on News 54, all right?
I had no promises there, but
Yeah, so I guess after Scotty takes a right turn, but not before honking at someone who kind of cut him off a little bit, and yelled, "Asshole!"
this guy goes,
Fucking Scotty with road rage. I love it.
He's kind of grumbles like, "No matter what city I'm in, always got these asshole drivers." Anyway,
at least they used the blinker.
yeah, that guy is now tailgating you. He's like right on your ass.
Paul kind of leans out of the passenger window and points his shotgun at the vehicle.
whoa, damn, dude, shit! I was gonna do something else, but damn, you're going straight.
Is that
You got no chill.
is that before or after you see the News Network 54 van? I mean,
He's leaning out that motherfucker, just looking at him like.
he backs off. He backs off.
Okay. Paul kind of tucks back. He's like, "Look, we ain't got time for bullshit. We need to get her back to the fucking med bay." Besides, the guy was an asshole.
I mean, yeah, we definitely agree on that bit.
We're just sitting here listening to both of them like, what else do you expect from fucking Night City? That's common. Can somebody get a hold of the doctor, let her know that we're supposed to be coming? What's gonna fucking go on? Like, something?
Alright, I'll ring her. And he dials her number, I guess. Assuming he has it.
I would assume at this point we pretty much all have each other's numbers.
Yeah. And, apparently goes to voicemail.
Oh, folks, has gone missing. We're all. That's it. It's hopeless.
The caller you have reached is not available at this moment. Please leave your message at the beep. Beep.
So Amethyst must have had to step away for a second, I'm guessing.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
She messaged you.
Not a problem. So yeah, your call goes to voicemail. What are you gonna say?
Hey, you might want to prep the med bay. We got Paradox coming in. She's got a mangled ankle. Looks like a couple gunshot wounds.
Blown to
Probably
fucking
some
kid.
internal damage. Took a good knock from a couple of explosions. One of her rippers aren't going in properly, so you might want to get Sebastian to either call a ripper doc or something. She's all fucked up. So yeah, bring your big girl pants and some gloves. Probably gonna need them.
All right. And Scotty, what is your plan for this vehicle? Are you just gonna pull up out front and jump out, or?
I would think that first he would need to drop the others off, because I feel like if he wanted to hide the vehicle somewhere first and then they all walk, then they're going to be walking with Paradox's seemingly dead body, and that's not a good look to be going through the streets like that. So yeah, he's gonna first drop the others off at the base and then find somewhere to ditch the truck.
Okay. All right. So you pull up out in front, or a parking garage, front door. What's your choice here?
I guess parking garage.
Okay.
Whichever way it would be faster for them to get Paradox to essentially our elevator to get down to the hive.
I think it's gonna be like, let's go parking garage. I don't think we want to, broadcast to anybody walking around.
All right. So the vehicle is pulling into the parking garage. From there, Amethyst, you get from whatever you're working on, you get disturbed by a message.
Mm-hmm.
The first, your phone rings a bit. The first call, there's nothing on it. The second call or text, no, it was a voice message, comes through, and it's Raiden. You want to go ahead and tell us what your message is, Raiden? Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's like, look, we're coming in. Paradox is pretty badly banged up. He's kind of listing off her injuries. She's got a mangled ankle. I slapped the tourniquet on that bitch. Couple gunshot wounds, couple lacerations. She took a couple explosions to the face, so probably internal damage. One of her rippers is not retracting back into her arm, so you might want to get Sebastian to call a ripper doc. Other than that, yeah, go put your big girl pants on and grab some gloves.
Okay, so that's the message that you get. Right now, it's basically just you and Jacob, the techie, and he is not in the medical bay.
I'm glad he's not in the medical bay.
That man smells.
That man's annoying.
It smells like cheese.
Come on, he's sexy.
Smells like cheese and dollar store aftershave.
The man's got that Danny DeVito body proportions, and you know what? I think that has a pretty niche market for people who are into that.
Sexy, like I told you.
Oh shit! Look, Danny DeVito's cool, all right? Just saying.
Alrighty, so after she gets out of the bathroom, she realizes she misses a call, and she listens to the voicemail while she's in her med bay, and she starts listening to the lists off of all the issues. So she starts grabbing the random items that would help with that: gauze, needle and thread, the whole spiel, and then gets to the rippers not going back in, and she's like, she grabs her tech stuff, she grabs her screwdrivers and other things. She's like, what did they do? I thought they were just going to get gas or something. And so she gets all that stuff ready and prepped, and she starts heading out to wherever they might be. She's thinking they're probably going to go to the front door, and she starts heading over there when she passes by the open door to the command center and peeks in. First, she catches a waft of a very disgusting smell, and then she peeks in to see if maybe something had died in there.
That's fucked up. That's so fucked up. Even I feel bad for her.
And she peeks in, and all she sees is these gigantic pair of legs, and the rest of the body hidden underneath the console, and metal cords and random tools strewn all around this person. She's like, can I help you?
And at that moment, the guy, totally shocked or surprised by hearing that noise, lifts his head up really fast and bangs his head on the bottom of the shelf that's coming out over the top of him. Oh, god damn. Pulls a mini cigar out. Doesn't taste very good when you eat it. What do you mean, can you help me?
What are you doing down there?
I'm working. What does it look like?
It looks like you're making a mess and destroying our command center.
What? Look, lady, this is art, all right?
No. This is a mess. That's what you better clean this mess up when you're done.
Hey, you want to hand me that? Hand me that. Right there. Hand me that.
And she looks at where he's pointing, and she's
there's a bottle of synth whiskey.
She puts on her gloves and snaps them, and then gingerly touches the bottle and hands it over to him, like, how are you still alive?
He reaches up and grabs the bottle and kind of looks at the gloves and, well, you had me kind of excited there for a minute.
Been a while since my last exam.
That desperate,
Oh boy.
huh?
Look, are you just here to be a pain in my ass or what?
Well, apparently with what your comment was, you like that pain in the ass, but no. Emergency, and they're coming in hot, so I just had to stop by and figure out what the stench was in here, because it smells like something died.
All right, yeah, okay. Death and destruction and all that bullshit. You go fix what you fix, I'll fix what I fix.
Are the showers broken?
I don't know. You want me to go fix those next, maybe, right?
Only if they're broken. If they're not, I suggest you use one, and then she'll turn around and walk away.
It's fucking rude.
He
Nobody
takes
nobody likes her.
a cigar as she's walking away and kind of puts it out on the floor. Yeah, fuck you too. So, all right. So you head up to you head into the elevator to go up to the front of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in the elevator you are. I'm going to flip back over to the group in the parking garage. So
I will say, while she's in the elevator, she'll be trying to call Raiden back.
okay. So Raiden, your internal agent's going off.
He picks it up. Yeah, what do you want? We're in the elevator.
You're in the elevator? I'm in the elevator.
You're in the other elevator, aren't you?
There's more than one elevator in this place?
It is a hotel.
Well, I'm calling to figure out where you guys are at. So, where are you at? Because you failed to tell me where you guys are going to be.
We're heading down to the bunker to assumably to see you.
Okay, I will go back down. And she'll click for the buttons to go back down.
All right, so you all end up meeting in the main greeting area as you get down there. So, elevators both arrive at the same time, and you're coming out of that elevator. Amethyst, the first thing you see, your team doesn't look too good. Scotty and the rat, Scotty and Harper, the ring don't look too bad. They've obviously been through a firefight. Doesn't really look like either one of them has any major injuries. And they are carrying Paradox, who looks pretty chewed up. He wasn't exaggerating. She has her right leg from about the knee down round her ankle is all tightly bandaged. She basically just looks like a floppy noodle as they're carrying her. One of her rippers is kind of hanging out. She looks pretty chewed up, covered in blood. Her knuckles are completely messed up. And she has glass in her face for some reason, like pieces of glass. Then Raiden steps out behind them, and Raiden is a dirty, like covered in smoke, dirty, maybe a little singed. Yeah, what do you look like, man?
Quick, just for for the player's memory, are these all accumulated injuries from when they left him behind?
No.
No?
This is
Okay.
just from the last episode.
Gotcha. Yeah, Raiden's a bit singed up. Granted, his eyebrows are still there, thankfully. His leather jacket has like a burn patch on it. He kind of looks like he walked out of a fire a little bit. His face is dirty. His armor has a couple of bullet holes in there, but he's walking like they didn't really penetrate much. But yeah, I mean, ironically enough, he's smoking. Not actually smoking. He's smoking a cigarette. He might be
not
smoking
both?
a little. Hey, he might be smoking a little bit. You never know.
Yeah,
But
just
he
say
definitely.
both.
So she's gonna look at Raiden. She's gonna look at Paradox. And she's gonna look at Raiden. She goes, "You good? You need anything?"
Yeah, my fucking food and a beer. We'll be good.
You can get that for yourself then. Bring Paradox over here. Get her on the med bed and let me get to work.
Right. Let's get over there quick.
So Raiden actually walks over to the fridge, reaches in, pulls out a container of cold beef lo mein, and grabs a Guinness and pretty much walks over, follows them into the med bay.
Okay.
Wrangle, help them get Paradox over, and Ko looks over and goes, she better fucking survive this. That's all I'm gonna say is she better fucking survive this.
Who's she saying that to?
All of them.
Okay.
Just everyone at the same time.
Amethyst is just not gonna say anything. She's just gonna look at Paradox and be like, I don't even know where to start.
So, I guess with that, Ring and Scotty are probably able to get Paradox's unconscious body to the med bay kind of
Yes.
table, work area, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. Yep. You guys can get her into the med bay and get her on the med bed for Amethyst. Now, Raiden, you were following them in. Are you... So you just gonna plop her in there and walk away, or what are you doing?
No, he posts up, he pops open his beer, pops open the thing, and just starts eating and kind of watching. And around the mouthful of food, he's like, "If I can help, let me know. I'm usually putting people in these things, so I don't really know how to help you."
If I can help, let me know, but I don't know how to help you. Woo.
Look, he'll grab a fucking band-aid. He knows basic stuff. Right? He knows how to apply a tourniquet, how to slap on a band-aid, how to pull out a bullet. You know, all the intricate shit he leaves to her.
It's the thought that counts.
You have a head injury? No problem. Let's put a tourniquet on that.
Right,
Pretty
beef
much.
lo mein fingers.
Look. Here's some fucking ibuprofen. All right,
Walk it
sleep
off.
it off. Exactly. Okay, ibuprofen works wonders. Trust me.
Amethyst is gonna look at Raiden and she's gonna be like, first, you can get out of my sanitized room with your food. Secondly, I need to know how long has this tourniquet been on?
About a half hour.
Okay, we're fine.
Give or take an hour.
But yeah, so like, unless you are like willing to like scrub up and be sanitized, leave. Y'all are putting her health at risk right now.
It was at this moment that he knew
volunteer to scrub
he
up
fucked
and
up.
stay because she's not leaving.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Scotty's gonna do the same. He isn't sure what he can do to help, but I mean, he doesn't exactly want someone to die on him here.
Yeah.
Paul kind of looks at all three, the doctor and two nurses. He's like, "Well, I think I'll just be added to the chaos, so I'm gonna go stand over there, and he actually stands like he stands on the other side of the doorway, but he's like just watching. Eating his food.
I'm imagining like a door with a little glass window, and he's just peering in from there, eating his lo mein. Like, how is she?
Anyone ever watch Seinfeld? You know the viewing thing when they're having the surgery. It's the Junior Mint episode. Yeah, that's pretty much him. He's like
The Junior Mint episode.
Those who know. It's a great episode.
Okay. So you, Amethyst, what are you going to do as far as Paradox goes?
She's gonna connect her to an IV drip and then start connecting her to some monitors so that way she can see what's going on and figure out what's like the most worrisome wound to do with that first, and then she is going to ask if anyone's applied a speed heal or anything at all.
Ring's like, we found the stuff to bandage her up, and that was about it.
Paul kicks open the door. Yeah, I gave her a speed heal. Lets a door swing back closed.
She's like, okay, good to know. She's gonna start connecting her to an IV. She's gonna direct the other two to go pick up the items, describing it to them, telling them what they're looking for. She'll spout off a few drugs and telling them where they can find those, so that way she can help Paradox start to heal. And then she's going to go after the most egregious bleeding wound and try and get that to stop bleeding and figure out why it's bleeding.
That's probably the leg, probably the ankle.
There's a tourniquet currently on it.
Yes. So that one you're going to leave alone. I just give you an idea of some of the injuries. She does have a bullet wound. She has a completely, I mean, her ankle's not just broken, it's shattered. She has the glass in her face. You're guessing by the discoloration. You open up her shirt, kind of open up the clothing to see what's going on. You're guessing by the discoloration that she has some broken ribs, and oddly enough, the broken ribs are on both sides. In the imprint of it kind of looks like a circle.
Oh shit, that's right. Took a whole ass steering wheel to the chest.
The knuckles piece almost it looks like she was hitting something, or possibly like overusing the rippers. The rippers are covered in gore, and so is her arms, probably up to the elbows, are just covered in gore and blood. And as you clean that up a little bit, you're getting the idea that that's not hers. Her clothes were completely covered in gore, and a lot of it's not coming from her.
I'll say with Ring having kind of been with her, I imagine she's probably got a bunch of.
Oh yeah.
Transfer.
Amethyst is gonna look at all this, and she's just like, "This blood doesn't seem to be hers. What'd you guys do?"
Ring's like, "Do you want the gory details, or do you want just the streamlined version?"
TLDR. Go.
At that point, Paul kicks open the door. You should see the other guys. She turned around and shot me.
Ring will pipe in and go, "What other guy? When I found her face down in the crap, there was nothing left except mincemeat."
Yeah, it started as a guy and ended as something else.
I wouldn't even feed it to a dog.
And Amethyst is just gonna be like, okay. She's gonna hand the scissors to Scotty, and she's gonna be like, cut up her clothes and get it all off of her. She's gonna look at Ring, and she's gonna be like, I want you to start picking out the glass that's on her face. If you find anything deeper than skin deep, don't pull it out.
Yeah, I know.
But clear out the rest. And then she's going to go after the bullet wounds and gently get those out and deal with the trauma there to get it to stop bleeding and get it to start healing quickly using one of her many devices in there, because I'm assuming Sebastian made sure she had everything she needed.
Yep.
So she'll start healing up the bullet wounds there and cleaning up around her torso area just to see if there is any obvious outer damage to organs and other things like that. She will be very gentle around the rib cage area, and then after a while of them doing that, she'll pull the others away and she'll want to do an x-ray to see if we can find any more shrapnel, to check the bones and also check her xiphoid process to make sure it hasn't broken into her heart. Granted, though, she would be dead if it did, but we want to make sure it's not like hanging there precariously pressing against the pericardium, because that would be very bad.
Okay, so that's quite a bit of things. That's going to take you a little while to do that.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, what are you other three doing? Are you just going to hang out in there? And
Well, Ring's picking out glass, but she's,
Okay.
I mean, as she's sitting here hearing all this, she's like, how the fuck was she walking with this? There's no way she should have been walking with this. The fuck?
I'm telling you, she turned into some sort of zombie Hulk thing.
And
Something.
it's at this point. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. She can be interrupted. Go ahead.
Yes, Paul actually kind of walks away from the med bay a little bit, kind of towards like the kitchen dining room area, and he's like, "Hey, Sebastian, get your fucking ass out of here!"
Meanwhile, while they're all talking about what happened, Amethyst is just going to listen but stay focused on what she's doing. She's just listening and gathering as much information. And if they do stop talking, she's going to be like, no, keep talking. I need to know more of what happened.
Ring will start to actually describe about how Paradox just basically turned into the Hulk, ripped the door off, you know, basically relaying what they told her and what she saw with her ripping into this guy.
what did she see?
Relays about Scotty telling her about, you know, her literally ripping the door off, and that it was a Militech truck, so it wasn't like it was something that was just a common person being able to do, even with cyberware, unless you just were really amped up, and that she pretty much, it was like, stay the fuck out of her way, and she's like, I've seen Paradox go crazy psycho and mincemeat a guy before. She giggled the entire time. It's fun for her. There's a reason we make a good team. This was not Paradox. She didn't make a sound. Looking at her eyes, I mean, it was just, it might as well have been talking to a robot. Like, it wasn't the Paradox I know. And she's describing, like, literally how she was like dead set focused on just ripping this guy apart. Like, it didn't matter that any of them were around, just ripping into this guy until he was done, and then just passed out.
Face down in the muck.
And what was left of what honestly she wouldn't have even said was a person if she'd have walked up on it and didn't know what was going on.
Scotty, are you still? You're still there, I'm imagining.
Yeah, I believe Amethyst told him to kind of like use some scissors and get some of her, some of Paradox's clothes off. Make it easier
All
for
of her
Amethyst to do them.
clothes.
Yeah, and Scott is not so inexperienced that he's like frazzled or anything like that. Not to mention there's more things to worry about than nudity. So yeah, he has no problem doing that. And he's kind of like just filling in some holes, filling in with what Ring is saying. It's like, yeah, her eyes, they look like dead eyes, all right. Not like literally dead, but like dead inside. There was nothing behind those eyes.
So, Amethyst, I'm gonna say you check, pull her eyelid back really quickly. And her eyes still look exactly as Scotty just described them. They literally look like the eyes of a corpse. They're white with what looks like cataracts.
She kind of squints her eyes a little bit, and she's just like... By the way, she has her hooked up to monitors. Does she hear a heartbeat or anything like that?
Very faint.
Okay.
And right now, if given the blood loss, things like that, it's a very faint heartbeat, and it's oddly rhythmic. Where normally somebody who has suffered that much trauma and loss of blood, the heart starts to lose its rhythm after your blood pressure goes down. This is it's a slow beat. Thump, 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 thump.
She's taking all this information in. She like bites down on her lower lip for a moment as she's thinking, and then she goes over and she checks Paradox's file, figures out what her blood type is, and goes to start blood transfusion, thinking maybe now that she's able to close up some of the wounds and deal with some of the other bullet holes and stuff and deal with that trauma, she can start pumping some blood back into Paradox just to try and counteract the blood loss.
Okay.
Along with the IV drip before she tackles the leg.
Okay, so you get the fluids going. It's going to be a while before that has any real effect. Are you going to tackle the leg now? Look at it. What?
She did that X-ray as part of my spiel earlier. And so with the X-ray, she's going to take a good look at the leg, the ribs, and the like how the bones are situated, to see if maybe possibly any of them are puncturing an organ or something first.
So as you're looking at that X-ray, you notice a few things. One, obviously the cybernetics that she has, the obvious cybernetics that she has. At least part of her chest cavity is a dark gray area, meaning there's something in there. Her bone structure really honestly looks way too perfect to be normal. Almost as if nothing in her body has ever been broken.
Are there any organs being punctured?
I'm going to say you can't tell, really. There is blood inside of her chest cavity, but that may be from the bullet wound.
Yeah. So none of the bones are broken then?
No, they are broken. She has, I'm going to say 3 on the right side and 4 on the left side of her ribs that are broken. And then the ankle.
Yeah. Is the ankle fracture a compound fracture, like sticking out, bone sticking out?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, she's going to deal with that compound fracture, get the bones back in, and get them situated and get the wound closed up, so that way she can take the tourniquet off.
Okay. Not abnormally, you also, her neural network, so her interface network, one odd piece about it is that it seems to have replaced not just partial pathways as far as her nervous system goes, but you would guess that most, if not all, of her nervous system has been replaced by some sort of nanofiber.
Nanofiber, explain that.
It is a very thin fiber optic. It's synthetic.
Got you. So she's making all these notes in her head, keeping them to herself as she's working on things. Looking at the monitor to see if maybe her heartbeat picks up to normal or not with the blood transfusion plus the IV drip.
Her body temperature starts to return. As far as the heartbeat goes, it seems to stay the same.
And she's just looking at her, she's looking puzzled. So for the other two, she's looking like she's dealing with something she's never dealt with before.
The only other thing you see when you were taking that scan of her body, as far as her organs go, her heart in particular and her brain seem to be getting some sort of external electrical charge. So every time the heart beats, it's you can see almost like there's a little zap in the heartbeats, a little zap in the heartbeats.
Okay. Yeah, she looks puzzled for the other two.
Guess this guy's gonna kind of see that look on her face and go like, what's going on, Doc? That's not exactly a look you want to see when you want someone to pull through.
Yeah, Ring's gonna look and be like, what the fuck is happening?
She's like, well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not completely convinced this is Paradox.
What do you mean this isn't Paradox? Look at her. See,
Okay.
How many people do you think has that pink curly ass hair? All right. Trust me, this is her.
There's plenty of Crayola markers walking around in these streets. I've noticed.
Ring's just kind of standing there. She's like, no, this. You can't tell me this isn't Paradox. I've lived around this girl for like the past 2-3 months. Like, why is it that we fucking come here and everything fucking starts happening to her? What the fuck is going on?
Amethyst is like, I don't know. All I know is what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is she has never broken a bone in her body all her life until now. I don't know if that's ever possible for anybody. Side note, OOC, I've never broken a bone. But anyways, back to Icy. But her bone structure. For you. I was like, but her bone structure, it's perfect. Aside from like the obvious injuries now, if I had taken a scan of her prior to this, it would be a perfect bone structure. So, and assuming that she's been this way, the type of person to fight all the time, you would think she would have broken something years ago. There's no indication of that whatsoever. Next is this synthetic nano something or another that I'm finding in her very top tier stuff. I don't know.
Ring's gonna look over towards Scotty at that point and be like, you can actually almost see just her slowly getting more and more pissed off, and she's like, never fucking thought I'd agree with you.
See
swear
what I mean?
to God, if he has something to do with this, and her hands are just.
Who had to do with what?
Who else? Sebastian. We already know he's messed with our bodies. I didn't always have an agent in my head, you know. And you know, Paul over there didn't even know he had a chip slot in his head.
He's fucked in the head. The world's fucked in the head.
Stuff
and
to
you're
us.
fucked in the head because my fucked up head is inside it.
And I'm guessing that what happened to Paradox when she went to zombie Hulk mode, whatever that was one of those things. I don't know.
No, go ahead.
Like, I don't know if we all have something like that in us. That any of us could go zombie Hulk mode at any moment. I don't know.
Well, that's not even the craziest thing that I found. Personally, I think she's dead. This is the reason why.
Huh?
I have her on a blood transfusion right now. I have her wounds closed up and I have healing acceleration going on. Nothing's really healing. But there is this, and she pulls up the x-ray to show them, she's like, there is this dark area in her torso section. I don't know what it is. But it seems like, at least I would assume, because it's the only thing I don't know where it's coming from. But it seems like it's like maybe a mini defibrillator, and it's just shocking her heart to keep it beating. Like, usually when someone's like this, and like they've lost a lot of blood and all that fun stuff, they're like, their heart is very, very rhythmic. Like the rhythm is totally off. But right now, like, her rhythm, you can see, it's periodic. It's on point. It's not the actual rhythm of our hearts. It's definitely a different rhythm, but it's rhythmic. So it's something is literally keeping her heart beating. And that is it.
Ring's hands are actually shaking just when she's like, fucking fix her. Like, you can just see her hands are shaking, and like it's starting to travel up her arms, and you can see her trying to hold herself back from not punching something at that moment. She's like, I don't care what you have to do. Fucking fix her now.
Amethyst is like, I'm doing everything that I can to fix her. Her body is just not responding to the healing process. The regeneration is taking a lot longer than it should. I've closed up all the wounds. We've dealt with the trauma and the bones. Like, I can only set those so much here and now and set them to start healing too. But if her body doesn't take what I'm giving her, there's nothing I can do.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the door, Paul's just watching.
I can keep her on the IV drips, that way she stays hydrated. I can keep her on the blood transfusion, so that way her blood is restored. And then maybe when that happens, maybe her heart will start doing what it's supposed to do, and maybe the rest of her body will follow. Like, I could keep her like that for probably a couple days. But other than that, like, her body needs to start regenerating itself, because I can only swipe with this tool. She waves a tool in Ring's face. I can only swipe with this tool so many times before her body just goes, nah.
Ring's just dead silent. She's literally doing this number in front of herself at the moment. Like, you can actually see her nails growing to rippers, like digging into her own hands at the moment.
Amethyst puts up her hand. She goes, pause. You still have a lot of glass to pluck out of her, and that will help her too. So if you need something to do with those hands, pluck out that glass.
She's like, bitch, I'm about ready to fucking break something. I don't think you want me near her right now.
Don't break anything. Go break Raiden if you need to break something.
So just then, as you guys are winding that piece of conversation down, the rippers that are out in Paradox's arm suddenly retract.
I imagine immediately all three of us just go silent, and we're just looking at that like,
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Amethyst goes like this. She's just like,
Paradox?
That's a good sign, right?
Did you do that?
No response. She doesn't look like she's conscious at all. I mean, she's just laying there. But that set of rippers just retracted back into her arm.
Amethyst will run another scan over her arms to see if they retracted correctly, to make sure they're not causing more damage.
It looks like they did. As you're looking at that, though, you can, now that they've retracted back in, you can see the tissue around them is severely damaged. I mean, whatever she did with those rippers was, she overexerted, used them beyond the manufacturing warranty, maybe. But yeah, whatever she was doing was way overusing those.
extended warranty is now voided.
Amethyst is going to draw a little bit of blood and start running that to run some labs to check her organs, because with the stresses she's seeing on her body, she's starting to suspect that possibly the kidneys and liver are having issues / maybe even failing. So she's going to run that over in her mass spectrometer and other things to go and check the levels on that, and then come back and use one of her tools to start to get the cellular regeneration start going on for the skin around her fingers. She'll use it over the ankle as well.
Okay. And as you're working on that, Raiden, you're standing kind of in the doorway, I'm assuming, watching this while you're eating your food.
Oh, no. He's already finished eating his food, drinking his beer. He walked off looking for Sebastian.
Oh, that's right. All right, we'll have to come back to that just a second here.
That's fine. Like I'm enjoying being a spectator for once.
So Harper, are you gonna continue plucking glass or?
No, she's actually at this point she's just gonna look at Amethyst and go, "She dies, I'm fucking coming after you." And she actually is gonna walk out and literally slams her fist into one of the cabinets on her way out. And she's gonna go out and join Paul, because she's about to actually hurt somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment where we film the example of a hostile work environment. Go ahead, Scotty.
Scotty's just gonna look at Amethyst and go, I'll get the glass. As he kind of, walks over to that side of Paradox and just takes, I guess, a little pair of tweezers. Yeah. I'm no medic man, so maybe I take a bone saw to get that glass out. Who knows?
No. No.
Yeah, tweezers. It's okay. Tweezers. He gets to working on that as carefully as he can.
So as you're working on that, Scotty,
hold on. Amethyst does not look fazed at all by the threat by Ring. She's just watching her walk away, and she's just like, "That bitch comes near me. Go ahead.
All right. So Scotty, as you're working on plucking pieces of glass out, her breathing is very shallow. You've seen the heartbeat thing. You've seen the rippers retrieve back into her arm, and you're plucking pieces of glass out of her face, and you get to about the third piece of glass, and she suddenly, convulsively,
I think Scotty jumped when that happened. It's like the guy holds his hands up I didn't do anything. That wasn't me.
Amethyst is gonna look at the monitors and see if she can figure out what in the world is going on.
For 1 second, her heartbeat went back to a regular rhythm, and looks like she took a deep breath, and that was it. Back to the normal beep, beep, beep.
Amethyst is gonna look at Scotty, and she's gonna be like, "It's okay, just keep plucking the glass out."
Was that good? Was that bad? What just happened?
I mean, it's better than what's happening now, so if it happens again, we're good.
Scared the shit out of me. Okay, let me get back to this.
But again, any glass that's deeper than skin deep, do not pluck it out.
He kind of looks back over the face. It's like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Might have to leave a few in here.
And don't pluck anything from the neck. I'll deal with that. Don't want you accidentally nicking the carotid artery.
Right.
So, Raiden, you went back into the kitchen and called out for Sebastian, right? Okay. So you walk in there, you call out for Sebastian, and this little short guy, Jacob, the tech, he turns around to you, and in his hand is a bowl, and he's got chopsticks, pulls up a big glob of lo mein.
Paul just staring. Paul just stares at him for a minute, and he just stares.
Hey, you try this stuff? Not
He
bad.
pulls out his gun and shoots him in the knee.
Wait. Actually?
Yes.
What the?
Okay, so
We've been trying to, we've thought, that Ring or Paradox have been the psychos of the group. Nah, it's been Rain this whole time. Okay.
He's a sleeper psycho. What do you want?
Yeah,
But yes,
that's
no,
what we're getting now.
he legitimately pulls his revolver, his Magnum revolver, and shoots him in the leg.
Okay.
so you guys hear this? You hear a gunshot go off down here, which I mean, this is a contained facility, so it definitely is very loud. You hear a gunshot and you hear, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing?"
Raiden kind of holsters the weapon, walks over and picks up the bowl. This looks like beef lo mein. He stares down at the techie. Where'd you get it?
Out of the fucking refrigerator, man. What the hell? Where do you get this stuff from? Look at me. You shot me.
That's okay. We got a medic in there. She'll patch you up. Or I can do it right now, actually. Hold on. He actually...
No. You just stay away from me.
That'll teach you to eat someone's lo mein. He walks over and puts the bowl on the on the table and comes back and he looks down at him. So, who the fuck are you? What are you doing here? That's my next question.
You know, you could have told me about this lo mein business beforehand. You didn't have to shoot me or anything. I'm fucking dying here, man.
You ain't gonna die. Quit being a bitch, number one. Number two, you're not gonna forget it, though, are you?
You are one crazy motherfucker. You know that?
I've been told as much. So, back to my first question. Who are you? What the fuck you doing here?
A bitch!
Now, before you start yapping off about something that doesn't matter, keep in mind you have another leg. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. If I just where here? I'll find my own way to the doctor. And he tries to get up.
Paul actually reaches down, grabs him by like the kind of the shirt, and yanks him up to his feet.
Oh, sure.
Surprisingly,
Now you're gonna help me.
Answer my fucking question or I'm gonna shoot you in the other leg. Who are you? And what are you doing here? And dude, do you know about soap and water? It exists even now.
What is it? What?
5-day-old cheese and stale ass. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, you think you smell any better, pal?
I'm aware that I smell like I walked out of a fire. That's beside the point. Anyway, who the fuck are you, man? Seriously.
What do you mean? You people brought me here. You don't even know who I am?
I didn't fucking bring you here, and I'm pretty sure none of my team brought you here because we weren't even here. So how did you get in here? I'm losing my patience. I have 6 more rounds, and you have 3 more limbs.
Look, just take me to the doctor, all right? I'm the tech, okay? I'm gonna fix your. Maybe, I don't know. Now you shot me. I might not do shit for you.
I think at this point, Scotty probably runs it because
I was just saying,
probably thought that was Ring that shot the bullet based on how she was acting. He's like, Ring, what the hell did you do? And he comes in and sees
Ring's
Paul.
coming in right about the same time, like, it wasn't fucking me!
Then he like sees Paul and Sawyer, and he's like, what? He obviously you could probably tell, you know, the blood. And
Yeah.
Sawyer got shot. It's like, what happened?
He ate my lo mein, so I shot him.
Ring's just like, thanks, Tommy.
Are you a psycho?
Probably, yeah. Anyway,
Fuck's
so
sake.
you know this guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
the fucking tech.
Yeah, he was the tech that we went out when you got your ass lost.
Oh, so you're Sawyer. Oh, alright, cool. Yeah, let's get you to the med bay. Come on, man.
Ring just kind of looks over at Scotty's like, and you wonder why I fucking am losing my shit here.
I thought he was the same one. He's even worse than you guys.
Oh, fuck you. No, he's not.
So yeah, he pats Sawyer on the back. He's like, sorry about that, man. You know, everyone keeps eating my fucking lo mein. I'm getting tired of it. So, you know, knee-jerk reaction. And he kind of looks down at his eat. No pun intended. Sorry.
Yeah. Say, but good. By any chance, that Foster's in there is not yours, is it?
Nah, I drink Guinness. So have at the Fosters. I don't give a shit.
As that's being said, Ring's gonna go over and grab one of those Guinness and chug it.
I'm the only sane
And-
person.
And literally looks over at Paul as she's doing it, flipping him off.
Did she just grab one of his Guinnesses? Is that what just happened?
Yeah, she's chugging it right in front of him while she's flipping him off.
He stands there just contemplating. Like, he looks like he's thinking about shooting her for a moment. But he's like, you know what? I've shot enough people today.
Okay, good. We already got the medbay with someone on death's door. We don't need anyone else in there right now. Don't shoot anyone anymore, okay? Seriously, shooting Sawyer in the leg from over some low main. What the fuck is wrong with you? As he's kind of like grumbling that as he heads back into the medbay to keep helping Amethyst.
Amethyst, when she sees Scotty, she's gonna be like, what the hell? Did Ring shoot someone?
No, that was fucking Paul, because Sawyer was eating some of his lo mein.
He
That
shot
was his reaction.
Sawyer? I worked hard to get him back to his full health.
Yeah, I imagine at this point in time, as you guys are talking, Raiden comes in helping Sawyer, who is now limping with blood running down his leg.
Ring's gonna follow along, so she wants to see all this.
Amethyst starts yelling and cussing at Raiden, like, do you have any idea how hard it was to get that man to back to how he is now? Well, before you shot him, I should say.
Oh, apparently not that hard. He looks pretty fine to me, aside from the bullet hole in his leg. So just patch that up. We'll get back to what we were doing. And he pushes Sawyer towards one of
Amethyst is gonna be like, give me your gun.
meds. No.
Give me your gun.
No.
Because I want to shoot you too.
Get your own gun, and then we'll talk.
It's like, no one's shooting at anyone right now, okay?
Amethyst cocks her gun.
And Raiden pulls out his. He's like,
Scotty gets between the two, like holds out his head, like, guys, okay, stop. Put them down, okay?
Rob, you okay? Sounds like you fell down the stairs.
yeah, I stepped on your stupid dog's ball.
Yep.
Could that be karma? Shoot a man over some low main, then then accidentally step on something immediately after.
Amethyst looks up after cocking her gun. She's like, I'm just getting this ready to defend myself because apparently we're just shooting people over food. And she pulses it to make sure.
Ring's gonna glance over and go, I imagine that was probably just no excuse to shoot somebody.
Nothing's broken. I'm good.
I'm glad nothing's broken.
Oh, hey, and Sebastian, what? I'm assuming that you're talking about the system here, right?
Yeah, he's the AI here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he ain't gonna be responding for a little while.
Why not?
Oh, is that what you were fucking with?
Well, that's what you brought me here for, right?
Did no one tell him about the black box?
What black box?
Didn't exactly have time.
Look, don't. You know what? If Sebastian wants me down a little longer, honestly, I'm fine with that. After what just happened, I don't think I want him up right now. So you know what? Sawyer,
Fair point, I guess.
you take your time getting better with that leg wound you got.
Amethyst is gonna glare at Scotty.
I think I need some of that. Give me some of that synth morph. I need some of that. The pain. Oh, the pain. The pain. Oh.
Look at him. He's in so much pain.
Amethyst is gonna
Amethyst.
look at Scotty and she's gonna be like, "You are waiting on him hand and foot. I ain't doing shit." And she goes to patch him up, give him a speed heal, pull out the bullet, deal with the blood, all without the synth morphine. So he can scream all he wants. She won't care.
People say Paul is
Why is everyone just fucking psychopaths?
Yes,
and
it would
before
appear.
Scott is the normal one.
At this rate, he seems like the most normal-ish.
Rink's just gonna kind of look over at Scotty and go, "At least I didn't get a fly in the eyeball."
That was okay. That was
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
that was just bad luck. All right. That the chance of the chance of that happening are very, very rare.
Unless your name's
So that
Scotty.
fly lay eggs yet?
All right, guys. I think we're gonna take a quick break. For the audience, the timer is going to say 10 minutes. We'll probably be back before that. I'm just going to take a couple minutes to stretch the legs, and then we'll skip ahead a little bit so that we can continue this story. Thank you all for being here. Hopefully you stick around for a little bit, and we will be right back.
Yep.
All right.
my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. Here in our city, got me up alright. Here in our city, she pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. Good morning, night city, a day in the life. I was on my own, catching a ride with the lady. Her hair hangs down past her thighs, blue and pistol. She satisfies, leather jacket, zipped up tight. Big ones coming, look for lost and found. Iron gleams, bright and night city, where your appetite waits you out to sunrise. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. Here in our city, got me up alright. Here in our city. The way you chase and tease me, get me up so high. We're on the rooftop, and you don't compromise. Too many hollow, empty bodies lying around my street. Don't testify. You got to whisper now on your arm, and so we keep on moving. Gotta take it slow, no. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. Here in our city, got me up alright. Here in our city, she pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but a thing of beauty will never fade away.
Let's break screen. The way all that works.
There we go.
Aha!
All right, I don't see Raiden back yet.
Not
No,
yet.
he's not. Greg. Greg,
Yeah.
would it be bad for me to bow out for the rest of the night?
No, that's fine.
I started off not feeling well, and I did my best. And now I'm like, I'm tapped.
Okay.
I have my vomit bucket next to me just in case.
Gotcha. And we thank you for sharing that. In case anyone is wondering, our Amethyst is going to be a mom here very soon. So
Yes.
She's very, very pregnant.
Very. Very
thank you.
delicious.
Thank you very much. I think we got through that part until next week. So thank you very much, Amethyst.
Thank you. Y'all have a good evening.
You as well, ma'am. And we will continue on from there.
Yeah, just whatever you have forward, Amethyst will just be taking care of Paradox
Okay.
and listening.
Perfect.
Great listener.
All right, we got some unsettled business we need to resolve between my buddy Raiden up there. So, thank you very much. You have a good evening.
Good night.
All right. So, Raiden,
Yes.
you helped the techie make his way back into the med bay, get him under Amethyst care, and proceed on from there. You do happen to check in the command center, and when you walk into the command center, the scene you see before you is, I mean, it literally looks like a computer parts junk shop. Like 3 or 4 of the panels have been taken off the wall. There's wires, different electronic parts that are all over the place. Looks like stuff that's been ripped out. There's tools all over the place. There's like a whole case of empty Foster's cans laying around, and a couple Guinness cans as well, and a
boy.
and a half drank bottle of synth whiskey is sitting on one of the counters. And it looks like somebody was smoking in here. There's like this little spot on the floor that looks like it's been made into an ashtray, and there's like 4 or 5 what looks like mini cigars that have been put out
In that one area.
in that one area.
Walks in, he's looking around. It's like
And it stinks like smoke in here.
he's just helping himself to whatever. Yeah, at least he's got good taste in booze. So Paul kind of walks in. He's looking around at the technical carnage, and well, I guess we're not getting Sebastian online anytime soon.
There's a canvas with two faces.
So he turns around and he kind of walks out of his command center here, and he walks down the hallway towards that door that never opens only once a day. And he kind of walks up to it and takes a look. He's like, all right, so what's behind door number 1?
The door that never opens isn't opening.
So Snowman's not doing nothing.
Nope.
So he turns around, walks back to the med bay. He's like, so Sawyer, how you doing? How's that leg doing? You ready to get back to work?
What? Well, I just yeah, sure. Work, yeah. What am I doing again?
So who's in the med bay at this point in time?
Well, Amethyst is still doing her work.
Paradox.
Sawyer's there. If you guys are there, go ahead.
Ring's still.
I'll... Go ahead.
Ring's just watching the whole thing.
Alright, I'll say that, Scotty just finished up from helping Amethyst with Paradox, and he was just kind of like taking off his gloves, because I assume he was kind of wearing those rubber, kind of like surgeon gloves or whatever. He's like, you just shot him in the leg, and now you're asking him to go back to work?
Are you really surprised?
That's what we dragged his ass out of that shithole for him to work. His leg's fine, it'll heal. Question I have for you, sorry, is how good are you at breaking open electronic doors?
Oh, I could probably break open an electronic door. What exactly are you talking about? I mean, what kind of electronic door?
Alright. Paul walks over to the other side of the med bay. In a locker, you pops it open, and there's these. It's kind of like a rack of 4 foldable wheelchairs. He grabs one out, pops it open, wheels it over to Sawyer. Hop in. Going for a little walk.
He just kind of sits there, lays there for a minute and looks at you. He's like, yeah, all right, here. You want to, he holds his hand out. You want to help me here? I mean.
He walks over and gives him a hand.
All right.
Helps him sit his fat ass into the fucking wheelchair.
All right. He hops in the wheelchair and
Pulls out his cigarette lights, went up. He's like, you want to smoke? I see you're a man of smoke.
Yeah, I'll have one of those.
He hands him smoke, lights it up for him. He's like, all right. I'm gonna go to the new work area.
Ah, see now this is more like it.
He wheels his happy little ass over to the door. He stops just short of it. He's like, okay. Can you pop that open?
Well, maybe. I'd need my tools. This looks like a heavy-duty door, man. I don't know. I'm sure I could crack it open, but have you tried a torch?
Nope. You got one?
Well, no. I just have the tools I could find around here. I don't have a torch or anything, but maybe
You stayed here. You eyeball this thing. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab your tools.
All right.
So he leaves Sawyer sitting in front of the that special door, and he goes back. He grabs Scott. He's like, "Let's pick up all those fucking tools. And let's get them to him. We're gonna crack open that door and see what the fuck is behind there. How much you want to bet? Something to do with Sebastian's conspiracy shit is back there, or it could be money. I'm hoping it's money.
I'm hoping. And first of all, let me say, I like this move you're doing. I want to know what's back there too, because I'm sure it's something important. You know what? If we're lucky, it's Sebastian's AI core, and we just take him out right then and there. We're free to go. That's what I'm hoping.
Ring's eyes light up as she hears this and goes, wait, we can destroy the bastard? I'm in.
That's my hope.
If Sora can get the fucking door open.
I'm
So
in.
he goes around, he gathers up all the tools Sawyer was using. He even grabs a bottle of fucking half-drank whiskey. Walks back. You know, all the tools are in tool chest. He sets the tool chest in there. On top of it, he sets the half bottle of synth whiskey. He's like, your tools, my friend. So you've sat here a little bit, had time to look over your piece of work. What do you think? How long is it take you to crack this?
I don't know. That door looks pretty thick. Maybe, I don't know, hour or two, maybe. I mean, what do you just want to peek inside? What do you want?
What I want for you, my friend, is to open the treasure vault door. I want that shit wide open.
All right.
Yep. Here's the thing. You do this for me. He pats him on the shoulder. I won't shoot you again. As a matter of fact, I will go down to Uncle Lau's myself. Get you some more beef lo mein. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right with the just don't shoot me, and that's ever, right? You won't shoot me ever.
Hand to God, I won't never shoot you again.
I don't know if I can trust you, crazy fucks, but all right.
All right. And you know what? I'm still gonna go get you that lo mein. So he looks at the two of them. He's like, so you guys keep an eye on these chuckle fucks, especially that one. No offense. I'm gonna go get this guy some food. Sawyer, you get to work. You said an hour or two, right? Well, you got an hour or two. At that point, he walks out.
All right. So I'm assuming that you two are still in the med bay, or
Ring.
Go ahead, Ring.
Ring would have followed Paul, but
Okay.
when he goes to getting food, she's like, I'm gonna go back and keep an eye on Paradox. And
That's fine.
walks
Do what you
out
gotta do.
the door.
Do what you gotta do. I'm making sure our resident locksmith has what he needs to get that fucking door open now. So if it takes fucking lo mein, it takes lo mein.
And Sky just nods like, I'll stick with Sawyer. Seeing
Alright.
he says he's a leg down, he might need some help.
Paul's laughing on his way out.
yeah, some help. That's great. Have you ever used a blowtorch before, kid?
Frankly, I'm terrible at this shit, so best leave whatever you want me to do, best have it be as simple as possible.
Gotcha. So, go get me a beer.
Kind of looks at him for a second, and he goes, you know what? Alright, frankly, after what Paul did to you, I'm gonna give you this one. Because between you and me, that really wasn't cool, was it?
No, it was not cool. That was very not cool. So not cool that I don't even know what to say about that. It was so not cool. That's some bullshit right there. That's what that was.
Sure was. But I'll get you a beer, buddy, and crack open the score and see what's behind it. Gotta tell you, I'm dying to know.
Yeah. I think maybe if I don't get the damn door open, so am I. So.
I guess Scotty starts heading over to the kitchen to grab him a beer. I guess another one of those Fosters. Yeah, he seems very, You know what, actually, nah, he deserves one of Paul's Guinnesses for this.
Oh, I guess someone else is getting shot today.
You've already made the agreement not to shoot Sawyer, alright?
Never said anything about shooting Sawyer.
Look, the man deserves it at this point.
Scotty's fair game.
He's grabbing the Guinness for him.
All right. So while that's going on and Scotty's fetching Guinness, See how easy it is to train a pet? I mean, simple. So, Ring, you go back into medbay. Kind of, looking over Paradox. We can only imagine how hurtful this situation is, because she's been, since this happened, since the whole situation at the gas station, which you still don't know how that started. She's been totally gone. No response at all. And I mean, she looks really peaceful laying there at this point. Obviously, with the glass that's been pulled out of her face. Very slow, rhythmic breathing. What are you doing?
Ring's just kind of standing there next to her. She's got a hand kind of resting on her shoulder. And she's thinking back to what happened at the gas station and how she reacted. And she's just kind of standing there and she's like, Paradox, I didn't mean it about those damn stickers. And you can see her trying to hold back the tears. And she's like, just wake up and I'll get you all the damn fucking stickers you want. Just wake the fuck up. It's just been me and you. We'll go back to the way it was. Just wake up. You can actually start to see a few tears starting to roll down her cheeks. She's just shaking her head. She's like, we should have just fucking risked it. We shouldn't have come here. We should have just finished the damn job that we had. And we should have just risked it.
All right, so Paul, you head out to get some lo mein. Where did you say you were going?
Uncle Lau's best Chinese takeout in the city.
All right, so
It's not the place where those guys from our first session attacked, is it?
No.
Okay.
Uncle Lau's. So is this? I'm assuming this is just a couple blocks away.
Yeah, it's walking distance. It's like
Okay.
a block. It's not even a real restaurant either. It's like, it's a street cart that has like a couple benches out, like a couple little bar stools out front that you can eat on the cart. Remember Fifth Element?
Yep.
Remember the first scene where he's eating Chinese takeout pretty much at his apartment window? That's basically the same thing. And they know that's the thing. They know Paul already. They gets the same thing: beef lo mein, vegetables, hold the mushrooms, extra beef. So he goes and he walks out to the counter, and the lady sees him, and she definitely doesn't speak a lick of English, but she nods to him, and he like, she kind of gives him a, hey, I got you. She gets to work on his food. And Paul's just chilling there, smoking a cigarette, just waiting for his meal.
Okay. So as the lady's working on your food, her husband, I'm gonna say, is also there, and he kind of steps up a little bit to the edge of the cart. Mr. Redan.
Yeah, what you want? What's up, buddy?
You look a little blue today.
Well, had someone drink my booze, eat my food. A friend of mine got beat up pretty bad. She's in a bad spot. Hopefully she pulls through, but this is Night City. Everybody got shit for luck. Yeah, just a lot of unanswered questions at the moment. He's saying this as he's smoking, and this is the first time, like, I guess as the crowd, as the listeners as you guys are listening to this, he actually looks worried. In front of, the crew, he's keeping a straight face and kind of cracking jokes, cracking wise, but he's a little worried now. He's like, yeah, so that's my Tuesday. How about you?
Did we just lose?
I think we just
Greg's
lost Greg.
audio?
Can't hear.
Uh-oh.
I'm here.
Muted?
I'm here.
Okay. We got him.
So he just sits there for a little bit, and he's listening to you, kind of stroking his, Fu Manchu, his little goatee. And he's got long, stringy looking thing. That sounds like a rough day. It does.
Yeah. And again, it's Night City. Everybody's got it rough these days, don't they?
Night City, like any other place. It is what you make it.
Not a bad adage to live by.
You figure that out one day.
If I live long enough.
He said, "Here, give me your hand. Give me your hand."
Gives me a look for him, but he kind of shrugs and holds out his right hand.
Grabs a hold of your hand, flips it over, palm up. Kind of spread your fingers out a little bit, and he's looking at your hand.
Is it cancer, Doc?
I have no idea. All this stuff bullshit anyway. He hands you your hand back.
Thanks for the laughs.
Just
so we all sound sorry, Greg, didn't mean to interrupt, but apparently we all sound quieter than you do.
and it's because I think they were quieter. There, I adjusted the volume a bit.
All right, cool.
Hopefully that's fixed.
Yeah, hopefully that's fixed. Thanks for the heads up, Grim Wolfen. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. So his wife gets your food done, little bag with the little boxes in there, and he hands it to you and kind of claps you on the shoulder. You're good. You're a good person.
You don't know what he did just 12 minutes ago, do you?
Paul kind of laughs. He's like, you know what? I like to think I might be. One day. Like you said, one day. So he kind of takes the bag and he looks through pictures. All the things is good. He's like, how much owe you?
$32.50.
Alright, he flips him 40 eddies.
Okay.
He's like, thank you. You guys have a good one. He turns around, walks off, popping a new smoke in between his lips, light it up, and heads back to the hotel.
All right. So back at the hotel, Scotty, you grab a Guinness and you bring it out there, and Sawyer's kind of knelt down. He's got the little mask on, and it looks like he's trying to cut into this door with this blowtorch. So you see sparks fly and blue light.
Obviously, he's not gonna walk up right next to him while he's got that blowtorch going. You know, common workplace safety procedures. And he's just gonna be kind of looking. Like, does it look like that he's making any headway with the blowtorch?
No. No, it doesn't.
Okay, so it's like, looks like, you might need a little something more heavy duty, huh?
He's busy working. Doesn't respond. Just still trying to cut at this thing. It's kind of noisy.
So he's just gonna like, he's gonna make it like he's just keeping going at it, even though he's not making like any progress. Hey, goes. Hey, Sawyer.
You see, it kind of backs up a little bit and, huh?
Got your Guinness. Anyway, looks like I get the feeling we're gonna need something.
You want to grab my ass? What?
No. Here's a beer. Kind of holds it out to him. And,
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Anyway, can you hear me? Are you good?
What are you shouting for? Cracks it open.
So he just took the Guinness without. Oh boy, poor guy.
Okay. Yeah, okay. If I don't need a shot, I don't need a shot. Okay.
Hey, whoa.
What?
What's this?
What?
Is this that crazy fucker's beer? Here, you better take that.
Look, he already said he ain't gonna shoot you no more. All right? You're good.
Yeah, I ain't got the door open yet. Here, take this.
Fine, whatever. I'll drink it.
Yeah, he can shoot you next time.
Anyway,
You know that shit hurts. I don't know if you ever been shot before, but that shit hurts.
yeah, no, I've been shot before, and that's frankly, this whole time I was thinking Paul's like one of the more sane ones in the group. But the way he just did that, that's like, damn, he's like the sleeper crazy guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That one's in the other ones, and that went in there laying on the bed, and you got like a whole nut house right here.
Yeah, it's place is a little weird. I'll be honest.
You're the normal one, right? Is that what you're telling me?
I like to think of myself as such.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look, I'm guessing that you're gonna need a little more than just a blowtorch to crack this. It doesn't look like you're making much headway, are you?
He kind of looks at it and he's like, you got some dynamite?
Shit, I guess I could look in the armory.
No, I'm just kidding. We don't set that off down here.
Look,
You know this place is pretty old, right? I mean, it looks nice and all that stuff, but this place is pretty old. That equipment in there, that's older than I am.
really? So this is some like old age tech, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
It's a little weird. So, how old do you think Sebastian is?
Who the fuck is Sebastian?
Okay, you know what? That makes sense. You haven't had a chance. Look, I mean,
You guys keep asking me about this Sebastian dude. I ain't seen any other dude here. Just you and that other guy, Mr. Attitude.
Yeah, Mr. Attitude. That's Paul for sure. Sebastian, he's AI that's been running this place, running us, I guess.
You gotta running you. What kind of AI? What do you?
Look, even now, I don't even know what's going on here, man. One day, I'm in prison. The next, I find myself here. Sebastian's got me with this team of other people. Fucking kill switch in my head if I do anything he doesn't like.
I see. You got you're an AI and a kill switch in your head. I get
Sebastian is the me. I'm a person, all right. Person, flesh, count. Just shows up the arm, like kind of slaps it, like, see, flesh, not a robot. But
okay.
Look, I don't like this. I don't like being here, and I don't trust Sebastian. And I think you might be our best way out of this.
Oh, oh, do tell.
Look, for now, we need you to get through that door, but I'm saying, if we get our freedom, then you can get yours too.
I'm already... Okay, yeah. Never mind. So you got a crowbar?
We should have one laying around here somewhere.
So go get the crowbar. That's all I'm trying to do is make a spot here, and we can try and pry this fucking thing open.
Right, I'll get on that. Probably got one in the,
Yeah, I got a bum leg, so you're gonna have to do the prying, right?
I can do that. That's something I can do.
All right.
So I got a quick question. Whose dog is running around the house?
Yes, I've been trying to mute that out.
Okay. I just wanted to ask.
Dog got the zoomies.
It's for real. That's adorable.
She does. That's why I took a break a little bit ago to take her outside. And, yeah, apparently 10 minutes wasn't enough.
It's alright. Just wanted to make sure everybody was okay.
So, yeah. So let's move back over to Ring for a little bit here.
Okay.
You're that emotional moment spending with Paradox, who, I'm gonna say she's kind of like a sister, maybe,
That'd be a fair representation.
So, I mean, not much is going on here. You intend to just stay right there, or did you want to go do anything else?
I don't see Ring leaving her side until she knows, until she has some kind of response or something from her.
Okay. So.
She will pull up a chair to sit down, because, yeah, staying on her feet, screw that.
Right. Yeah, it's you find a chair to sit down on, just kind of hanging out there with her for the time being. Nothing really changes with her as you're sitting there. Amethyst kind of comes and goes a couple times, does some blood work, stuff like that. Paul, as you're coming back, you hop in the elevator, take the elevator down to the bottom floor after entering your code, and as you come out of the elevator, you see kind of through these rooms, you can kind of see that door and where these guys are at, and you can see the wheelchair that you had just sitting there, all the tools and everything. There's a big black mark on the door, and it looks like Scotty is getting ready to stick a crowbar into or onto the door to do something. And with that, we'll jump over to you, Scotty. Sawyer's just kind of guiding you. Yeah, put it right there. Right there.
We good? This good?
Yeah, that ought to do it right there. Now just give her all she's got. All you got.
All right.
You look like you're kind of tough. You can do this.
I mean, I'm no slouch. So let's give this a shot.
Yeah. Takes a swig of the beer.
Yeah. So then Scotty kind of goes with a 1, 2, 3 count, and then just tries, he just goes at it, see if he can put as much force into it as he can to pry whatever open.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Red alert.
Wrong one. That's okay though. That's what you hear. You hear that wah, wah. Suddenly the lights in the place all go to a red hue. And a more robotic voice, kind of sounds like Sebastian's voice, but just not quite, comes on. Security breach. Main activation chamber. Please step away.
And this guy's just like, actually, does this? So this voice sounds like Sebastian?
Somewhat, yeah. It's not exactly like Sebastian's. It's more or less like a variant of his voice.
Okay. So, I guess just this going on makes Scotty stop applying pressure for a second. He goes, Sebastian, that you?
So, I'll come right back to that. Paul, as you're looking, kind of trying to draw a bead on what's going on, suddenly all the lights change, and you hear this brimp, 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 and then you hear this voice.
Paul kind of pulls out his sidearm and it's like, "So, Sebastian, you're awake. Great. How about you come out and we got some questions for you to answer?"
Ring, same thing. You're there, still watching over Paradox, and suddenly all the lights go to this red. And you hear the brimp, 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 and then this voice comes on, talking about a security breach. Step away from the door.
Ring's gonna kind of move over towards the door. What the fuck is going on? And she's Ripper's out because she left her rifle sitting off to the side, so her nails are out to Ripper's just in case.
Okay. So, Scotty, and you turn around and you're talking with Sawyer. You can kind of see out of the corner of your eye a female figure with rippers. And off in this direction, you hear Paul's voice.
All right, so So I guess he knows where those two are at now. He goes, Sebastian, if that's you, just say something.
Hey, I don't think that's your Sebastian, whoever that dude is. This is some sort of security thing, I think.
Well,
apparently you're not supposed to open that door.
Yeah, no shit, that's why we're doing it. He kind of speaks to the voice. It's like, and what are you gonna do about if we don't step away from the door?
Security breach, main replication chamber. Please step away from the door. You have 5 seconds to comply.
Seriously, Scotty is about to get Robocop here. Homo's about to meet the T-1000.
Trying to think of what Scotty does here, because, like, he's feeling particularly rebellious given everything that's going on, but he does also know what's possible.
So you guys hear this too, because I mean the voices, the bramp bramp, that stopped. The lights are still kind of a flashing red, but the only noise now is that voice. So everybody in the place has heard that.
Ring's gonna quickly come around, hoping to reach him before time is up and go, just back the fuck away. We need to do this smart. Isn't that what y'all said? Back away.
And I think, like, in the few seconds, he hears Ring say that, and he thinks to himself, he's like, well, they can put that super pain switch on. I need to find out if this thing has teeth. And he's going to go back at it with the crowbar. Pretty much challenge this thing, see what it's going to do.
Did y'all freeze up or something, or what?
Nope.
Greg, are you muted again?
Yes, I am. Sorry about
that.
Okay. Raiden, what are you doing?
So the blaring sirens have stopped. There's just the kind of emergency red lights, and that's about it, right? So Paul kind of steps a little further into the base, and he has his weapon on. He's scanning the room and stuff, making sure no surprises are about to pop out. He's like, "Hey, Scotty, step away. There could be a grenade or something hidden there. You don't want to get blown up." He kind of says that last bit a little low. Part of him kind of wants to see him get blown up.
After saying that, Ring's gonna be smart, and she's gonna go back over to Paradox. That way, in case all shit breaks loose, she can hopefully get her out of there pretty quickly. Being protective over older sister, if you will.
All right, Scotty. So you didn't pay attention, did you? You gonna try and open the door?
He's taking the risk, because the way he sees it, he stays with this bureau, he's gonna die one day anyway. Seeing what happened with Paradox is kind of proving that to him. So now he's going to just test what happens if he does this.
Hey, kid. Maybe you should not do that.
Right, so he's still there. I would have expected him to be in that wheelchair. Fucking zooming out.
It's like, look, if I stay in this bureau, I'm not going to live long anyway.
What is this? What is this bureau? What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. Just step back. If I'm lucky, all he does is activate that pain switch, whatever. Kind of takes a deep breath and goes,
Hey, wait a minute. I was just kidding, okay? I don't really think that you're gonna be able to pry that door open with the crowbar thing. I just thought it'd be funny.
The point Scotty just like slowly turns.
Scotty's around to beat him with the crowbar.
Are you actually? Is this? You were? He's like trying to form his words. Like, I was just resolving myself for possible death right there, okay? And now you're telling me that you were just kidding.
Well, it was kind of funny. I mean, you were eager, man. You were eager beaver, wanting to help out. You give me a beer, you go give me a crowbar. I mean, I just giving you something to do, kid.
Sawyer needs to stay around. Just say he needs to be part of the crew.
Sky just kind of like stares at Sawyer wide-eyed for a second, then just looks up for whatever system's like, hey, security system thing. Haha, funny thing. That was all just a big joke. Alright, why aren't you laughing? I'm laughing.
Paul calls out from across the hallway. You really got to work on your poker face, kid.
So you back away from the door with the crowbar and all that good shit.
Yeah, I'll assume at this point.
You do notice that there is what looks to be an embedded camera above the door. You've never seen it move until now. And it's actually focusing on you. And when you back away, the lights go back to normal. And Sawyer just kind of looks at you for a bit. He's like, I think maybe we ought to leave that door alone for a while. What do you think? Maybe I can find a different way in there. This isn't gonna do it.
Scotty nods and goes, "Yeah, looks like it. Even if it seems Sebastian is down, looks like this is probably some sort of emergency security system. Seems like we're gonna need to take that down first before we can get into that door."
Yeah, I think I need to head back to that room over there. I looked around, I didn't see a server room, but that room, that seems to be where everything's connected.
Yeah, I think this guy just kind of like takes a breath after that moment, goes, "Yeah, let's go with that."
All right. So he starts hobbling his way towards the command center, and he looks over at Raid, and he's like, "Hey, he did it."
He did what?
I assume at this point, Paul might, like, in the corner of his vision, just see an open Guinness on, like, a corner table or something.
Exactly.
Paul kind of looks at it, looks at Sawyer, looks at Scotty.
And by the way, while you were getting ready to get yourself killed there, I'm assuming that you set the beer down and Sawyer finished it, and then set it back where you had it.
So Paul walks calmly to the table, sets down the takeout bag of Uncle Lau's. He's like, your beef lo mein's in there. There's another card in there. That's mine. Don't touch it, or I'll have to use the crowbar on you next time. So he walks over to where the beer is, just staring at the beer bottle. Notices it's empty. Looks at Scotty again. Pulls out his sidearm and promptly shoots Scotty in the leg.
I think I'm gonna have to try to roll an evasion for that one.
That's totally fine. I'll leave that open for you.
Go for it. So okay, we'll do this. So okay. Why don't you go ahead and don't try this at home, kids. Why don't you go ahead and roll to hit. Okay. And Scotty, roll your evasion.
That's a low roll. Anybody want to give me some points? Come on, guys. I know you wanna.
Nah. No one needs to waste their points on this because I'm gonna blow that lowly little 15 roll out of the water.
Well, you know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're actually gonna use all 6 of my luck.
All 6 of your luck? Not even enough. I rolled a 23. You're not even there.
Who wants to drop some points in the chat? Who wants to drop some points in the chat? Come on, guys. All I need is 4.
Oh, here we go.
We got
that's +2 for me.
That was for Scotty.
Oh, wow, you shitbag. You fucking shitbag. Y'all shitty ass motherfuckers. Alright, I got you.
If you want to check your points, hey, it's Gemma. Type in !! points. It'll tell you how many points you have. We actually use 2 different types of points. You have your pieces of 8, and then you also have street cred.
Alright, and that looks like Grimwolfen gave a +2 to Paul, so now that's a 23 for Paul and a 25 on Scotty. Still not enough, my man.
Yeah, come on, guys. Like, y'all trying to save Scotty? Really? Really?
You trying to hold up the stream by asking for more things? You know, we gotta keep moving, man. Let's just resolve this right here and now.
All right, so we'll. There's another plus to Paul. So what is that?
That's a tie.
That's a 23 to 23, and tie goes. Another +2 to Paul.
Well, you see now, I use 2 of my luck, and we're at a tie again. Defender wins.
All right.
We're not gonna hold
both
it
at 27 by now.
We're gonna stop that. So, yeah, Paul takes a shot at you, buddy.
Yeah, I guess I guess Scotty was a little on edge already, and considering how Paul already shot Sawyer, the second he saw Paul pull out his sidearm, he already knew what he was going for, so he's just like whipped his leg out of the way of the shot as it passes by. I'll say it was like it probably just grazed right by his leg. He probably still kind of felt it, but it didn't actually hurt anything. He just goes, "Are you serious right now? After everything that just happened, you're really gonna be that guy?"
You drank my fucking beer.
If you don't want people drinking your beer, keep it in your own room. You got a fridge in there. If you're gonna put stuff in what is essentially the community fridge, that means you're sharing. Yeah, you know I got a point with that one.
So you couldn't get through the door, huh? I see someone try to fucking blowtorch their way through, and you tried the crowbar. It didn't work, huh?
Yeah, no, this thing's heavy duty.
Well, guess try and blow it up.
Trust me, Sawyer already went over that one with me. We're kind of underground and setting off explosions. Not a good idea. What Sawyer said he was going to do, he's going to take a crack at the systems over there, the command center first. If we can get that security system down, then maybe we can get at this door again.
All right, fair point. So he kind of walks back. He holsters his weapon, walks back over to the the communal eating area, and grabs his carton of lo mein and starts digging in. Grabs himself the last beer in the fridge, because these motherfuckers drank all of his, and sits down and just waits it out. Hey, you checked on Ring yet?
No. I was a little busy tempting fate just a second ago.
Yep, sounds about right. So he after taking a couple bites, he sits down and walks back towards the med bay and kind of pokes his head in. He has more beer upstairs, Wolfen. Don't worry. He thinks ahead.
He's just gonna see Ring sitting there and actually see tears at this point, just probably rolling down her face, dripping on the ground. She's gripping Paradox's hand, and she's just sitting there with her head bowed. Hears him walk up and goes, "Fuck off." Just real calm, almost eerily calm, despite the tears.
Yep, just came and check on Paradox. Yep, she's still laying. She's still out. Got it. Turns around, walks off. Goes back to what he was doing. Eating. Man and his priorities.
So, Ring, you see Paul just kind of peek his head in, apparently checking on you. He didn't say anything. Guy's kind of an asshole, isn't he? So as you know, he does his thing. Kind of. I'm gonna say it kind of gets your attention a little bit because you see the shadow of him there, and you know, you feel a little bit of movement as you're kind of leaning against this med bed. You feel a little bit of movement.
She's gonna quickly look over towards Paradox. Paradox? And she's gonna sit there quietly, just waiting to see if she hears anything, any sign.
As you're sitting there listening, all you hear in the background is the beep of the monitors. Everything's quiet. Suddenly her eyes pop open.
She's gonna start screaming for the guys to get in there because of her eyes opening.
Yeah, no, I guess soon after that screaming, Scotty runs in. He's like, What's going on? There were more people trying to shoot each other in this fucking place."
She's just in here like pointing at Paradox and like eyes open.
So Paul kind of comes in, walking in, holding his Cardinal main, chopsticks in hand, eating. He's like, "So, what's up?"
Eyes opened. And like her face is a mess. She still has tears streaming down her face, like emotional wreck.
T walks over and kind of Paul walks over and kind of looks at her and what does he see? I'm assuming he sees her eyes are open.
So yeah, and she's frantically pointing, and you see Paradox. She's laying there perfectly still, and her eyes are open. Her chest is very slowly rising and falling. There's not really a clear indication that she's breathing outside of that movement of her chest underneath the blankets.
Gotcha. So Paul kind of stuffs the chopsticks in the container to kind of hold them, and reaches out one hand and kind of pokes the shoulder a little bit. It's like, anybody home? Or are you alive? Just waiting for a response.
And as you do that, what are you doing, Scotty?
Scotty's just kind of watching that going on, and like at this point, there's just been all sorts of weird things going on with Paradox, and he's just not liking a single bit of it. So, with the eyes open, like, do they still kind of look like pretty much like dead eyes still?
Actually, they look clear right now. I mean, they look like her, regular, beautiful eyes. Wide open, not blinking.
Alright, so he's just looking this like, I still don't know if this is good or bad. I mean, the eyes look better, but this is... Why is everything about this just so damn creepy?
Because this whole thing's fucked up.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yep, sounds about right.
And as you're standing there, Paul's trying to get her attention. The machines around you go silent. And she stops moving completely.
All all you hear from Ring is a scream.
Oh shit. Paul kind of turns over and sets his food down on, and this is the first time you actually see his face kind of actually take on a somber look. Sets his carton of food down, and he kind of walks over and he takes the sheet, closes her eyes, takes the sheet and pulls it over the rest of the way over her head, and he looks at the machines like one last time just to make sure, and I'm assuming they're all just flatlined.
Yes.
He's like, okay. All right, kid, come on, let's give her a minute. And he grabs his cart and food and kind of makes his exit. And on his way out, where's Sawyer and all this? I'm assuming he's still kind of in that main area.
He went back to the command center. Yeah.
All right, so Paul makes his way there, and he finds the man. Is he like seated? Is he standing? Like, well, how is he?
He is, when you walk in, he is laying back on the floor with his head up underneath an overhang that's like a desk that's there, and he looks like he's tearing into something under there.
Gotcha. So Paul kind of grabs him by the belt buckle and pulls him back out, and he gets really close to him, like they're eye to eye. He's like, I want you to fix this fucking system. You're going to get me that door open, and you're going to get Sebastian online. First, I want the door open. We need fucking answers. One of our own is dead on that fucking table. I want answers. You're going to get them for me. And this isn't a threat. I'm asking you. And so you can see that he's dead serious.
And this guy is kind of, looking at you wide-eyed as you're doing this. And when you come to the end of what you're saying, he lets out a controlled sigh, as if to say, thank God you're not going to fucking shoot me again. And he just looks up at you and says, okay.
All right. He pats him on the shoulder. He's like, don't forget your food. You don't want to let Uncle Laz go to waste. And he turns around and he walks off, grabs his beer from the thing on the way out, walks over to the elevator, hits the button, and just waits for it.
Okay, Scotty, back to you quick.
Yeah, so I guess seeing the machines essentially flatline and seeing Harper, grieving with that probably ear-piercing scream, I imagine. He just kind of stares for a moment, and because he's a little, it's like he's taking a lot in for a second about what just happened with Paradox and everything leading up to that, what that means for the rest of them still here, if they're gonna end up like that as well. Then he sees Ring grieving, and Paul had said to him to give her some time, and he just kind of nods, and as he kind of walks by Ring, he just places a hand on her shoulder, kind of gives her that double pat, just a little bit of reassurance, and then just kind of walks out.
Okay, Ring, you're gonna close us out.
Ring's gonna kind of stand there for a moment after Scotty pats her shoulder and walks out. And... Sorry. she's gonna kind of take one last look at Paradox. She's gonna be like, should have just been us two. Then she's gonna reach up, wipe her eyes, and as if a switch flipped, she's gonna walk over and grab her rifle sitting on the counter. And she's gonna walk out straight towards her room. And anybody that walks near her or tries to stop her, she's gonna tell them to fuck off and leave me alone. Unless you want a bullet.
All right. And we will end episode 8 right there. Fantastic, guys. Wonderful scene building there. That's great. A little bit of complications tonight we had with some technical issues. And
it wouldn't be an episode without him.
Yeah, that's essentially our MO at this point. It's signature.
Yeah, sound is definitely challenging at times, for sure. Thank you, everybody in the audience, for sticking with us tonight. And, watching the stream, the engagement is awesome. Very, very much appreciated. We absolutely love to have our audience engage with us and try to continuously give opportunity for that to happen. Next week, we'll be back for episode 9. Before we close everything out, though, I'd like to go around the horn a little bit and just give the characters a chance to talk a little bit about themselves, introduce themselves for anybody who wasn't here at the beginning of the stream or maybe is new. So let's start out with the Rat.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt. I play Scotty Sims, aka the Rat. He is the talker of the group, usually doing his best to keep the peace between these folk, which, especially in this session, is proving to be very difficult to do. Everyone was at everyone else's throats. He's got a full-time job ahead of him to try to keep everyone from killing each other, especially now. But yeah, he can be a bastard at times, but he's also looking for a way out of this whole thing.
You are muted, Greg.
All right, Paul.
So as y'all saw, Paul's a simple man. Don't mess with his food. Don't mess with his beer, and you're okay. You won't get shot. But in all seriousness, he's the oldest agent as far as he knows of the group, and while he may come off as jaded, anytime you lose a comrade, even one who you don't know too super well, it's always a tough one. So hopefully that's shown through today, when he wasn't shooting people. But yeah, so that's Paul in a nutshell.
Feisty character. We did do a solo with Paul a couple, like last week, I think it was. So if you are interested in that, go back and check it out and find out a little bit more about Paul. He does have a softer side, believe it or not. And last but not least, Ring. Hard evening for you.
Very much so. That was actually a little emotional for the OC. So I play Harper Young, or Ring. So for those of you that haven't seen the earlier episodes, Ring and Paradox came in together. They had been working together for a little bit before they came, so they had a pretty strong bond. Sisters, basically. So I have a feeling Ring will be getting some stickers for Paradox. Sticker her door while she's gone.
Wow.
Deal with a lot of emotional. got to see a very emotional side of Ring tonight. It was an interesting one.
Awesome. If we may, well, you and I have to talk about this. We may do a solo adventure for Ring, kind of the blow off some steam deal for this. If you're interested in doing that, we'll announce that to everybody if we decide to do that. That brings our story to a close for this evening. Please do join us if we'll announce the solo piece. Join our Discord if you want to stay on top of that stuff, because it's usually announced there and we usually talk about things there. The other piece that we have is, so next Friday we'll be doing episode 9. And we'll be doing episode 8 of the update log. You want to talk a little bit about the update log, Rob?
Yes. The update log is another show that we run on the channel. Basically, we talk about everything from video games to tabletop RPGs to everything in between. Basically, if you want to know about the industry, the ins and outs, come tune in. Everything from current events and Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, the first and as far as we know, still only expansion for the Cyberpunk 2077 game. It's coming out September 26th. I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are excited. But yeah, so it's Wednesday nights at 2000 EST, or 8 o'clock for those of you guys who don't know real time. Yeah, tune in. We're always happy to have more faces and interact with the chat. You guys bring a lot to the table, so thank you.
Couldn't have said that better. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you to the players. Awesome episode tonight. Really fantastic work. And we'll see you next time. We're gonna raid into that boyo Nate, who is another friend streamer of our stream. So please enjoy. Show him a little love. Have a good night, everybody.
See you guys next time.
All right.